forgot to do that.
I didn't want to stop you mid-speech there, but I do have to point out that to be part of this game, you have to be part of this game.
God damn it. Why didn't nobody tell me?
I wanted to see if you could figure it out for yourself.
That's what you expect from
I'm
me
still waking up.
Well, yeah, Liz has got an excuse.
I have an excuse.
Yeah, you do.
I'm wearing a tank top today. That's
Apparently that limits your IQ by several degrees. I don't know what it says about me that I'm currently wearing my Starfleet uniform in this heat, but there we are.
How can you do that?
I'm committed. Committed to the bit, or I should be. Any hoops. There we go. Signing in. Lovely. Can those folks who are signed in confirm that they can access their character sheets and that they see everything they expect to see? I have been getting weird activity from the server recently where sometimes it disconnects and reconnects every 30 to 32 seconds. It did that this morning. It's not doing that anymore at the moment, so watch out for stuff like that because it's starting to get rather annoying for me and I want people to do something about it. But they won't unless I make a fuss. So if you see that weird on and off connection going on, let me know because I need to tell the devs. 3333.
We have to roll?
No. I just saw people were rolling. But that's it. That's as far as it goes.
It's called test. It's called testing to make sure everything's good.
There you go. Absolutely. Test to make sure it's good. Especially after what I just said. Okay. Let's see then. So, those who want to hear Sirenscape, make sure you've actually turned it on.
Yep.
2, 1. Okay. Yeah. And for the rest, if we're all in and looking good and ready to start, then I shall take us quickly over to our couple of seconds worth of intro video and be right back, folks. Don't go away. Hello folks, and welcome along to the continuing adventures of the USS Combs. I am MJ the GM, and I will be your games master for the next couple of hours, and with me are the crew of the USS Combs. But you don't want to see just my silly face, you want to see theirs. So let's go.
Hello.
And as you can see, we're on the next part of our Lower Decks style adventure, so that's why everybody is currently in an animated state, and I'm not just talking about flailing their arms around. Once again, we have to acknowledge the unbridled horror that is the animated version of Lieutenant Commander Gerkow. Well done again on that, Connie.
Okay, thank you.
And the fact that Phlesc is a lot more pink than he used to be in previous incarnations. And apologies once again to Dr. Sott for not being able to get Bolian.
All good.
But we did the best we could. As per usual, we are waiting with bated breath for Chris's next video to come along on the Utter Crisp, but that'll be along with and when Chris is able to do so, so we look forward to that. So,
yeah, thank you. When, not if, but
when, not if,
when.
Good to know. Nice. Thank you very much for that, Chris. But in the meantime, we have an episode to get back to, which, if I recall, we were in the middle of a Starfleet convention. So, the story was that a communications array had malfunctioned and was apparently sending Starfleet data, both encrypted and otherwise, in the direction of a nearby planet that was not yet able to produce its own faster-than-light travel, and therefore is pre-Prime Directive, or whatever you want to coin the term as being. And, well, yes, pre-warp, thank you. And the command crew of the Combs had originally tried going down undercover. Or some members of the command crew. All of one member of the command crew.
What?
Had determined to go down in order to see what was going on, and found themselves quickly mobbed.
Worst idea I've ever had, ever.
So, we have instead had members of...
It was the best idea Tavish ever had.
No, it wasn't. Sorry.
For Tavish, no it wasn't. For the rest of us, it was pure gold. Nevertheless, we are in a situation now where, obviously, the Prime Directive is in a bit of a mess in this situation. A pre-warp civilization has apparently been influenced by Starfleet stories, logs, whatever you want to call them, and have developed a very strong following. And we're not just talking fanboys and fangirls, we're talking people of the Shawani people on this planet are adopting not just Federation principles, but also Klingon, Vulcan, even Bajoran as alternative spiritualist paths. And yeah, what are we going to do about this? Because this is a bit of a Prime Directive nightmare. We've discovered that in this convention that's going on, we've had all sorts of talks, most notably by the lady who first intercepted the Starfleet transmissions and made them available to the wider Shawani public. And they've been getting these transmissions now for about 10-15 years. So it seems that Shawani culture is now awash with Starfleet and its various derivations thereof. There's one fellow who you met, an Al J. Bermrod, who approaches this whole thing from an entertainment and therefore money-making standpoint. Even had a few of you momentarily star as extras in one of his own productions. But the last thing of note that happened was a great kerfuffle went off at the entrance to the convention centre, and a number of individuals bearing placards and otherwise seeming to have quite an aggressive adversarial timbre to them are invading the convention centre and making quite a fuss. So, whilst all this is going on, what are you guys doing?
I think it's best to get as close as, well, figure out how we can get close to Kuda Callum, since she's the brainiac behind all this.
Sure.
You want to kidnap her?
No, just an audience with her, in the chaos of all the, anti-Feds people, Federation people. We just mix in the chaos, we get her alone and be like, you have to rescind everything.
Okay. Everybody else's thoughts on this? Dave?
Sounds good to me.
Chris, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Alright then, Marky Mark. Not the actual
Well,
Marky Mark, I hasten to note. Wouldn't that be something?
Well, it's a weird thing, because the Federation has influenced them by accident. Are we saying we have to completely redesign our communications so they can never be intercepted? Because it's almost like radiation pollution is the problem. We're radiating these communications out in sublight. How would we change that? We can't prevent this from happening again.
Well, you have at least stopped the station from transmitting in the wrong direction now, so...
So
Now
in
you
this,
just left with the aftermath.
We've not directly intervened.
Good point.
It,
Yes, Connie?
there is an argument here that
Oh,
we
no, go
should
on.
make sure they're not doing anything bad, and then get away before we cause more problems, like we're likely to do.
Good point. Well made. What do other people think? All right
I
then.
think
Go on, Connie.
just that. I'd like some clarification whether they think we're real, or they think we're just some kind of, series that's happening, and whether it's something we can use to at our advantage in that case.
Okay.
If we're at a conclusion.
I do seem to recall indicating last time that the majority of people are of the opinion that Starfleet and the Federation does actually exist. There are some who, however, who think that it is one big hoax. So, those seem to be in the minority, but they are there. Probably one of the talks that are going on at the debates in the convention centre right now. Next to which captain is best. Was Sisko a war criminal? Was Janeway a murderer? Was Captain Picard really the paragon of Starfleet that he appears to be, or was he just as loose with the rules as Kirk? Those kind of things. So if you want to maybe try and, well, actually I don't know, where did you hope to go with this? Maybe fan the flames of we're all actually fictional characters?
Yeah, and then we end the series and be like, oh, okay.
So you
That was
probably...
just a point of time.
Well, my point in that regard would be you'd have to find some way of proving it. En masse.
If we have cut off all the communications, wouldn't we sort of help that theory? And if we could get Professor Callum on our side, we could perhaps convince people. But then I don't know if that is the right thing anyway. Whether that's too disruptive for the society now.
Yeah, I feel like that's us directly intervening with a pre-warp civilization. I think it might be worth working out if the people that believe it's real, have gone away and started trying to make their own warp drive.
Yeah, it is one of the debates that are going on.
I have a cunning plan.
Uh-oh. I mean, go on.
Isn't here, so it's fine.
How about we talking about showing that that what they've seen is not real? How about we send another message to them? Yeah, and have it that all the series are coming to a close because the studio is shut down.
Well, that's never happened before in the history of Star Trek. Never once, not no. Nope. Okay. Do you still want to make any attempt to at least have a talk with Kuda Kellam?
Yeah, let's just do info gathering rather than influencing.
Everybody good with that, or does somebody else have a different idea that they want to go off and try?
Someone's just going to wander off.
No, they want to do that. George is going to keep following.
So she's just...
Keep getting the surface thoughts of everybody.
Oh, right, gotcha. Yeah, okay. You're still sticking with the group, but you're kind of hanging back, just trying to get a feel, the overall like telepathic feel for what's going on.
Yep.
Okay, noted. All right then. All right then. The moment these protesters arrive, a good many people just give them a wide berth. In the truest sense of most Star Trek fans I've ever met are mostly folks very much like myself, actually quite quiet and don't want to get into any conflict over anything and tend to disperse away from any such stuff. So a lot of people, when these protesters turn up, they start edging themselves away from the general conflict area and just try and remove themselves from the locale to something a little more enjoyable. So your ability to get closer to what's going on is made easier rather than hampered. When you get fairly close, I will say Jolla picks up on annoyance from this Alj Bermrod character, because these protesters are now limiting the amount of people who are coming near his merchandising booths, and so the amount of spending is now going down, and he's not happy with that at all. There's a degree of patient what's the best term to use here? Kuda Kellam is not annoyed at the protesters. She is definitely... You get the sense that she's definitely set on her course. She thinks this is the best thing, and that these guys have a right to voice their thoughts and protest, and so she's looking at it that way. But there is a small twinge of, oh no, these guys again, underneath all of that. But she's trying to hold this veneer of, this outer veneer of quiet calm, so that she doesn't look like she's being ruffled at all by this. But the protesters themselves, yeah, there's nothing aggressive per se about their feelings of this, but they are energized and wound up. And the thoughts buzzing around the protesters are mostly that of, I suppose you would call it a certain amount of self-righteousness. They do believe in what they're protesting about. But until you get actually closer to hear what the conversations are, you don't get a general sense too much about what's going on. So when you do start approaching closer, you hear somebody in the crowd who have not dispersed all that much name this fella Jadix Londar, and you know, somebody close by to one of you goes, "Oh, it's that Londar guy again." And then somebody else in the crowd goes, "Ah, these primers, always trying to spoil the good stuff. Why can't they just leave us alone and let us enjoy this, man?" Because apparently all Shawani people are watching too many of the old series and refer to everybody as man, like I'm still in the 60s or 70s. But nevertheless, according to the mumbles you're hearing around the place, these people apparently call themselves the Primers, which is kind of funny. And as you get closer, you do hear the leader, this Jadix Londar fellow, going, "We believe that the Prime Directive should apply to all of the Shawani, and that attempts to apply alien technology and ideas are a contamination of Shawani cultural purity and should be forbidden. Londar and his group are now kind of on a stairwell here, overlooking most of the convention floor, as you can see on this this bit here. He's now directing his speech down to everybody who will listen. You all claim to be honouring the Federation, but you're actually all betraying its values in your complicity of a flagrant ongoing violation of the Prime Directive. We hereby demand that all alien data in the library computer should be erased and the computer itself dismantled. Just knowing about the Federation contaminates us. The only way we can live by the Federation's teachings is to forget that we ever heard about them.
Like this guy.
Conversely, Kuda Kellam, who's still nearby, is letting Jadix Londar go through his rhetoric, and when there's a natural break, like after that, she interjects. And she says, people, nobody is forcing anything on us. We have made our own independent choice to use this alien knowledge for our own benefit on our own terms. To me, the Prime Directive is about honouring every culture's freedom to make its own decisions. Having access to outside information isn't automatically bad as long as we maintain control over what we choose to do with that information. Would you rather go back to the way we were before? The wars, the disease, the compulsory dance marathons, the discrimination against the tone deaf and the people with unibrows? At which point, Al-J Bermrod jumps in and goes, please, these Prime Directive arguments have been done to death. It's all just for show. Half the time the captains end up breaking it anyway. So, it goes on round and around in circular arguments like that, pretty much, for the next however long. The convention goers that are strong enough of personality to stick around and listen to all of this boo the primers, and eventually security start coming along looking to take the primers and Jadix Londar away. So, after having heard all of that, what is your next step?
Well, if we believe that we shouldn't have sent them all this information and it's negatively influencing them, we could help someone get into the library and delete it all?
Or...
Oh, no. Or what?
But on the other hand, yeah, they don't have to do massive dance marathons or discriminate people with unibrows and wars. Apparently, getting this stuff has been
beneficial.
Culturally enlightening to them to see. Yeah, even though this has happened and the Prime Directive has been broken, the culture of this world has changed. You know, and you know, if we can stop them doing dance marathons, yeah. You know, wouldn't that be a good thing?
Are you saying the ends justify the means?
She
I feel
works
like
with Tavish, so yeah. Go on, Connie.
It's more destructive to suddenly delete everything through the society rather than just let it fade out, right? I don't know.
I think any intervention's a bad idea. I think
But
we
I
need
think
to observe.
we need to intervene somewhat to.
Why though?
I mean,
They're not-
deleting the database is also intervening, no?
Oh no, I
Yeah,
just
I'm
as
anti-delete the database.
Oh no, I just said it as a funny. That's an
Ah.
easy solution, and we could leave. It's like, right, delete that. Problem solved. Bye. But I think any intervention's bad.
Yeah.
There's no threat here. They're actively in discussion. They're acknowledging the flaws of the Prime Directive in that Starfleet doesn't always follow it. And if they're not going to warp drive, we should probably go. If they are starting to do research, fine. Or if they're even just discussing the possibility. But we should probably just take some cultural observations, write it down, and go, and have someone else monitor them, like they did in The Next Generation, where they had the invisible observation post. I think any action we take would be bad.
I think
It is logical.
I think we should actually have a look into their history and see what their society was like before getting the our messages and stuff, and see what the change is. I think that's a good place to start, because it will, at least we can make an more informed decision then, after we've seen it.
Okay. What do other people think?
I like the idea of getting pre-Star Trek history from them.
Yeah.
And then take that away. So we still have a break-in to the library, but not to delete stuff, but to read books or data slates.
Okay. I just noticed something there. Messages Nurse Uro telepathically. It is funny hearing them on the Prime Directive.
Yeah, she can telepathically message Uro.
Yeah?
To the
What about this whole discussion about the Prime Directive does Jolla find funny?
The fact that they're arguing about it and debating it and have different opinions of what it should mean.
Interesting, no?
And then she found it funny when they said the captains pretty much ignore it anyways.
Were they wrong? A question for a later time, perhaps.
No! I mean, in the Hopkins case, yes.
Well, that actually is a darned good point. What do the bridge crew think of this development?
Sorry, I moved everybody.
Slide to the left.
Now slide to the right.
Put your hands on your hips. And let's do the time warp again. Alright, so at some point one would hope that the away team send back a brief report as to what may or may not be going on down on the planet once they have 5 minutes to themselves to discuss what they want to do. So, what do the command crew think about this situation? Are they pretty much echoing your overall thoughts on what's going on down there?
I was just talking as I think, and I think Phlesc would agree with me. It's best not to intervene. Not too much damage has been done. Try not to influence this society any further. No direct contact has been made as far as the population's aware. And the longer they stay, the away teams stay there, the greater the risk is that they'll be exposed. As has happened before, when we've done something like this.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. We shouldn't interfere. I will not be like the other captains that have violated the Prime Directive. As she drinks some blood wine.
Alcoholic.
But surely the Prime Directive has already been breached?
That's true, Nilo. The Prime
Doesn't mean
Directive...
it's okay to...
hold on.
Yeah.
Nilo can only speak in my head.
Oh yeah, I've
she's
used
going
that.
Tavish's lips.
I've not done it, yeah.
Unless she speaks through Tavish's mouth, which has been done.
Yeah, was that through Tavish's mouth?
Like a Cyberman from the old 60s Doctor Who, yes. Anyway.
Tavish is half pink, half normal colour.
Well, yes, Tavish is talking to herself again, yes.
Tavish can't deal with the pain at the moment. So she's only been hot. Half of her's only been put back.
So, as far as the command crew are concerned, they agree the damage has already been done, nothing more should be done to further interfere? Or are there voices of dissent who think that something... I mean, essentially you have now, apparently, maybe, cut off them getting any more transmissions.
Until they work out where the
Go on.
beacon is.
There's that. I had just thought of that just now myself, actually, so...
Perfectly honest, it's just going to keep on getting... Look, Nilil was right that the Prime Directive has already been broken. So what are the... So what are the...
options?
What do we need to do? Yeah, what are the options we have now at our...
disposal?
Yeah, that's the word. Sorry, my brain's not working
happens
fully.
to me all the time, as many of these videos can show.
Yeah, what we have at our disposal. What options can we use? And
Transphasic torpedoes! No, sorry.
No, not those, Nino.
You made me paranoid
Yeah.
there. I'd left the voice changer on. Have I been talking as Nyla this entire time?
No.
Phlesc is going to be clever and just...
We're all waiting for the clever.
If said species... Oh, I can't paste it into the forge. I'll have to do it in 2 parts. Phlesc is just going to start rattling off the Prime Directive as he reads from a data slate, because he doesn't actually know this.
If said species has achieved the commensurate level of technological and or societal development as ascribed in Appendix 1 or has been exposed to the concepts listed in Section 1, no Starfleet crew person
Will engage
with said society. Without first gathering extensive information on the specific traditions, laws, and culture.
So we need to find out about the history.
If engage with diplomatic relations. Said culture stable confines of said culture. This is interesting. It's taken us right up until now to actually read the fine print of the Prime Directive.
So I was like, I'm pretty sure we should just be leaving them alone, even though they've been exposed. And so I went to the Memory Alpha wiki. And so yeah, we don't engage with them. We don't change anything. We've corrected an error where we were sending messages which should have been going to the Federation, so that's something we still should have done, and pointed it in the right direction. As regards to the Society, we need to gather info and then leave. That is, getting the history, more ideas on their culture, we can learn more about the factions around the Federation, which is weird, but we need it.
Is it on us though to do any observations? Like we can still, we can take what data we can get and
appropriate.
Can do that, right?
Yes.
And we can bugger off and say hello, bye.
Hold on, I've got a question.
The best at that.
I've got a question.
Questions are good.
How the hell, even though messages were being relayed to the planet, how the hell have they got the technology to be able to, first of all, read them, and second of all, see them, and third of all, access them?
It's a very good question.
Well, pre-warp Earth was radiating television into the wider space. It wouldn't take long for intelligent life to eventually go, what on earth is this? And start trying to decode it. It's not likely they were able to do it straight away. And we did learn off the woman about how she detected the signal and then started to translate it or decrypt it.
Although apparently some of the subtitles to some of the logs were hilariously misinterpreted in some places. Overdub is never as good as hearing the actual thing, in my opinion, but that's just me. In any case, a lot of very salient points have been brought up here, so unfortunately now I'm once again going to have to bring up the same question that I often ask at this juncture. What you want to do?
Let's get the away team into the library to learn about their history and how they were before Star Trek started airing. And get a better idea on the culture and society of the planet as a whole in modern day.
I have a better plan.
Apparently it's better. Okay, let's go. Let's hear it.
Transphasic torpedoes.
That is interfering a bit more with the development of the planet.
I believe the word war crimes, which you guys are usually quite fond of using when you're playing Klingons.
We're not playing Klingons, are we? I'm sorry. My bad.
Technically, it's not a war crime. It's a crime against humanity / life. Because we're not at war with them. And it wouldn't last long enough for it to be considered a war if we use transphobic.
Okay, then.
Well, I was about to say.
It's a very
man,
different kind of crime. So, when we have to go to trial, we need to be quite specific on the crime.
I like it. It's when we have to go to trial. He knows full well that you're going to trial. Okay.
Nihil, do not record me pressing this big red button which says transphasic torpedoes on Dai'Neth's
recommendation.
No, on Dai'Neth's computer.
Sure is a long time to press that red button.
In any case, the away team probably sending communication back to the command crew outside in a sheltered area where nobody can see you. If you're going to infiltrate the library computer in order to get an idea as to these people's past, you do notice that the primers, the protesters, are still gathered outside with their placards and their chants and whatnot. So they're still here. Whether or not you want to use them for anything, or want to use them as cover for something, or not use them at all, they are now there, occupying some space outside in the plaza.
How
So-
close is the... Oh, sorry.
No, go on. That was it.
How close is the library to where we are?
The library computer itself is apparently this huge central complex. The other complexes tailing off of it are all apparently science wings, mostly to do with the stuff that comes out of that vast data repository. However, you needn't necessarily have to break into the library computer in order to simply query about Shawani history. You could just go to our computer and see if you can find information regarding Shawani history that way. Unless, of course, you really, really have your heart set on infiltrating the library computer to see exactly what's in there.
I mean, we can go to the library as normal students of history, and then when we need to get more, do the infiltration bit. If we need more.
I guess the main computer bit would only be if we really decided we really needed to figure out exactly how. I said exactly how they what's it called, intercepted, or how technically first contact happened in the first place, like.
So finding out how the lady managed to decode all of that data.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm sure
so-
that's top secret somehow.
Well, it's a good point. So once again, how would you like to do this?
Should we have some fun?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by the comment.
Okay, maybe it's jumping the gun. Maybe when we really need to, we can use the protesters to create a diversion.
I wanted to say that. But
Yeah.
if we riled them up too much, aren't we interfering?
Yes. We shouldn't roll them up, really. That is interfering.
Okay, fine. We'll just go to the library like we're boring students.
Go do our homework.
Yeah.
Eversion has maybe spent a little too much time around Lieutenant Commander Gerkow. Chaos. I want to see chaos. Oh,
I mean, to be fair, that's more of a Tavish thing, I think.
well.
Why is Tavish is not just the only bad influence on the ship? Thank you very much. We have an alcoholic captain. We have our second in command is always wearing an EV suit.
Safety first.
Hygiene first.
Our head science officer is cooking up stuff with very
addicted to
dangerous
gambling?
stuff. Yeah, and addicted to gambling.
Science. And it's not an addiction if you keep winning, is it?
I was about to say, especially when you said alcoholic captain, I just imagined both Gerkow and Hopkins going, "Yeah, I can give it up anytime I want."
It's true.
Addiction.
It's not alcohol. It's not alcoholic. Ism if you can still maintain a good working relationship and be coherent.
It's
That
not alcohol.
sounds like a high-functioning alcoholic.
Yeah.
As I was about
Giving
to say.
excuses.
Semantics,
And-
I'm sure.
and Tavish, you know, creates stuff which shouldn't be.
Oh yeah, she's a chaos gremlin.
The only sane
I think
one
the
of
only
us
normal
is
person is Dr. Sott.
Sott, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. He seems to be the only sane one of the entire lot of you.
One
The
has to
entire
be.
connection.
I am
Dr.
beginning
Sott,
to
what-
wonder, actually,
Dr.
because
Sott, what should we do? Everybody just looks over.
WWDS do.
what would Sott do? Yes, exactly. We actually did have that occur over a year ago, I think. Was let's all wear what would Sott do badges.
Dr. Sott is just like, you know, the wildlife documentaries where you're watching, he's the cameraman, you know, all these horrible things happen in nature documentaries, but you can't interfere. And that's what Dr. Sott's like with the crew. He just sort of lets them get up to their own thing and then just kind of picks up the pieces afterwards.
Well,
Is that what he's been Is he been filming this?
This is
Is he-
actually
No.
one huge cultural
No.
study by Dr. Sott.
A different kind of Prime Directive.
I'm just feeling the I can't remember his name.
You are his test subjects.
Oh, who's the big nature documentary person?
Attenborough.
David Attenborough?
Yeah, David Attenborough. Yeah, I could see just Dr. Sott doing the like. And here is the crude combs in their natural habitat.
And here we have
It's
the
not
engineer
pretty.
sticking metal into his head again.
You're getting a milestone for that one.
Thank you.
What value was used? Who cares? He did a David Attenborough impersonation and it was brilliant. Let me note that down. Yes, indeed. This is just all one big experiment by Dr. Sott.
Yeah, I was half tempted on somebody asking who's the narrator, who's going to be the, Morgan Freeman for narration of this.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan, well, yeah. How do you argue with the voice of God? Get Morgan Freeman.
Okay, so are we going to hack the library or just normal reading the library?
Normally reading the library first before we hack
Yeah.
anything.
let's start off somehow normal.
Right, so whilst the away team is being good, hardworking students, we can add some better disguise and prosthetics to Tavish if we need to send her down.
Actually,
What,
yeah,
Tavish-
you can be the
just-
diversion.
Does
Is that
Tavish does Tavish hear this?
Yeah, did
Yes.
you say it out on the
Absolutely.
earshot? Oh, okay, you let her know. That's fine.
Directly, so if we need someone who's very competent with computers, we should send Tavish down, but we'll give her some proper prosthetics so that it's not quickly recognised.
What?
It will be fine, you've done it before.
Yep, it's time
What?
to get out the fat suit.
Remove the
What?
antennae.
You have to cover over the neural port with putty and stuff like that.
I don't want to go down there again. Please. Captain.
Wow, trauma.
No. We can
They
just-
won't
we can always-
recognise you.
We can always send Phlesc.
Oh. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah, you could send Phlesc. He's a very good engineer as
We'll
well.
just have to make
But
sure
more
he's added
level-headed.
his EV suit.
Yeah, no EV suit for you, mate.
No, because you can get the invisibility suits. Just have that apply to my EV suit. So
Invisibility
you could see
suits.
What was it? It was that Star Trek Next Generation. They wear suits that can only be seen through a certain filter when they're observing that planet. I can't remember. It was so...
Ooh, now that rings a vague bell, but like you, I can't quite place it. Answers in
You're not
chat.
like who watches the Watchers? Is it?
Yeah.
Like,
So
Interaction is the same kind of thing going on in the movie,
They did, didn't
but
they?
that's more like the actual base itself is cloaked as opposed to anything they're wearing.
they
I
also
was under
had
the
people.
impression that was holograms that was keeping the observation base on Baku hidden. But then you're right, they did have suits.
But
Can
they
we
could
just
see
have them-
themselves from the base because of a filter or something.
Go on, Connie.
The natives couldn't.
Just have Phlesc wear a suit of mirrors.
Well.
Disco Phlesc.
Yeah.
Well, could do. All right.
Isolation suit. That's what it is. I am on Memory Alpha.
That's what memory
It's
alpha's
practically
for.
invisible. Yeah. Suit renders the person practically invisible, but you can view through the duck blind monitoring station. Huh. And the station itself was behind a holographic shell.
So what's
Can I ask why we didn't do this at the start?
I
Tavish
did
is
suggest
just
it.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear.
Crying.
I did, but then we kept going. I thought it was quite funny, so we just went down as we normally do.
Well, if I'm wearing an invisibility suit, then send me down. I'm just not going into that crowd again.
No, it's prosthetics or nothing.
Hold on. Why do you get an invisibility suit and I have to wear prosthetics?
Well, no, it's just to hide my EVA suit.
To the rank comes
Privilege, yes.
the technology.
In Phlesk's defense, con flu is a thing, isn't it? Really, so the EV suit.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a very good point.
I'm already half pink, yeah? I did, don't know what you want me to do anymore.
Put prosthetics on. I thought I was very clear on that.
You know what, Commander?
You being half pig is your fault, there, Tavish.
I'm gonna press this red button in a minute.
Okay, have fun.
That's the self-destruct
You
button,
got
I
your
hasten to note.
court martial.
Hey, don't worry. I'm just gonna go down to the central computer for a bit. All right.
I mean, can you imagine the chaos that Tavish would get up to if she was in an invisibility suit? Do you really want that? Anyway, of course.
Ghost hammers
that's
flying
why
everywhere.
2 hours later, the whole library complex is on fire, people are screaming and running away. Tavish walks out in her invisibility suit, and my work here is done.
What do you
Thank
mean
you
the
very much.
library's
That
on
was a
fire?
nice
The library
episode,
would
guys.
no longer be there. The
Anyway,
library wouldn't even be there.
Tavish goes down to hack the computer. Just keeps on hacking and hacking until a few days later, the crew to Combs just sees Tavish on a throne, just going.
Put it past Tavish.
best mwahaha you've ever done, Dave.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Almost as good as the Attenborough impersonation earlier. Whew. Okay. How do I rein this chaos in? Right, yes, library computer. Just going to the library, just looking at history. Right, okay, cool. Alright, so, as most humanoid societies apparently are wont to do, based on how they develop, yes, there is evidence of early history of the kind of interspecies conflict you are used to seeing. Conflicts over resources, conflicts over space, over two different geographies of people meeting for the first time and deciding to err on the side of kill the other guy in order to take all their stuff. You know, the usual stuff that humans get up to even in the 21st century. Shots fired, by the way. And yes, there's also ridiculous notions that have come into play over the course of their history, like music becoming an integral part of their culture due to certain religious mores that were introduced in their early history that were kept from being sent to the dustbin of history purely because they were a load of religious fanatics who took those as the word, the literal word of the gods, and therefore were never to be changed ever, even though the circumstances around that religious rule have long since passed by like a couple of thousand years and therefore couldn't possibly apply. But people were very, very determined, on pain of riots and death and all that, to maintain these religious practices. And so the early dance marathons were something that had to happen, and even had casualties happen from sheer exhaustion.
These monsters.
And there was also this weird thing they had where apparently it became a fashionable thing to have unibrows, and therefore anybody who didn't have a unibrow was viewed with intense suspicion and were ostracized. So
hold on, what if you couldn't grow a unibrow?
Well,
you were the lesser.
They were indeed viewed as a lesser people and therefore were discriminated against.
So what I'm hearing is that we did a good thing.
If you want to get technical, you guys didn't do
we did nothing.
All, but,
yeah, yeah, I would say we did nothing.
Well, no, we did.
But it is your exploits that are the exploits of Starfleet in general that are pretty much on debate here. So yes.
Can we also have a look at what happened after the transmission started coming down, and how society changed through that?
Sure, that's easy to find. It started off pretty innocuously at first. It was this whole scientific thing of this new information has come to light and it gets released to the public. Apparently, what's her name again? Pardon me, let me just have a check. Kuda Kellam. Whatever it was that Eversion might have been driving at, that in regards to his suspicions as to how Kuda Kellam did manage to intercept and decode these transmissions, whatever his thoughts on the matter were, it seems, at least to public record, that Kuda Kellam was just an astronomer. And she was apparently, so the story goes, just monitoring, looking at the stars in one of their space observatories, and intercepted a transmission coming in. And it seems that the main method of which she managed to use to decode the transmissions was the fact that she is one of those ludicrously smart people, and she viewed it as a puzzle to be solved, and has one of those sharp minds where maths and numbers and such things came easily to her. One of those god-awful people to whom this kind of stuff comes easily, and that kind of advanced thinking happens. Assholes. Sorry. That, by the way, folks, anybody who is really, really good at maths, this is my intense jealousy speaking right here, so don't take that as an actual,
Well, I have.
If you are, then by all means, power to you, because my brain is not configured that way, and I'm just this is just jealousy, speaking honestly.
My brain isn't, with language. So I struggle with it.
We're all built
even the
differently.
English one. And that's a
In
good
any
thing.
case, didn't mean to tell you more about me than you cared to know there, but there we go. So yeah, Kuda Kellam wasn't part of some kind of secretive government organization that was scouring the stars for information they shouldn't have. She was just an astronomer, but a damn good one, astrophysicist, and she happened to come across these. She released them to the public against her government's wishes, because they were all security. This could jeopardize the planetary, or national at the time, security. At which point she'd apparently just decided, no, and released it to everybody. It was viewed with some skepticism at first, but average people started latching onto it in small doses at first, whereupon the exploits of people, not just the heroics of the top captains of the flagships and all the stuff they got up to, that had a big hand in it, of course, because most people like an adventure story. But before long, it began to spread by word of mouth, until eventually I'm going to say it was probably Alj Bemrod himself, who I'll bring back here. I'll bring Kuda Kellam back as well, so we all remember what she looks like. Alj Bemrod was one of the first people who came up with the idea of trying to make money out of this. So he actually had the bright idea of televising some of these episodes, some of these logs, rather, I should say, and releasing them as books and videos and stuff, and so went about this whole production thing of releasing them. And a lot of entertainment executives were skeptical about how much this would impact anything, and didn't want to give up channel time to soap operas and whatnot that were making them money. Until eventually one studio executive took a chance and did air them, and the rest became a snowball of interest, to the point where Kuda Kellam slowly became a celebrity in her own right, and it then started pervading the popular consciousness very, very quickly. And because it wasn't viewed as fiction and therefore could be dismissed, because it came from a basis of actual intercepted transmissions from space by an accredited astrophysicist, even though apparently numerous people tried to discredit her in order to try and cook the whole thing off as a hoax. Average people began to latch onto it, started sharing this information amongst themselves, until eventually it snowballed into a massive, massive thing.
So we failed at Section B of the Prime Directive.
Let's quickly go back to that. No interference with the social development of said planet.
Yeah. Already failed at that. Because we have massively interfered with the social development of said planet.
However, it must be noted that at that time, the social development of the planet was mostly the haves and the have-nots. There's a lot of corporations and big businesses who were making a ton and a half of money, and the rich were essentially an upper class of all of their own.
We don't interfere further, because this is the second part, because it's based on whether or not they've been exposed to the concepts of Starfleet. Because they've been exposed, we don't interfere any further.
But they have been exposed to it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what this section is. The appendices for the Prime Directive is to say that don't get in contact at all, but if they've been exposed, what I've pasted is section 2. I'll just paste the whole thing in the Discord.
To have a look at and your own time and leisure.
Wrong. But yeah, because they've already been exposed, we don't do any more. We only gather info, is what the Prime Directive is saying.
B and C we failed at.
No, we haven't failed at. That's just the stipulations as to what to do when they've been exposed.
So, Starfleet crew will obey the following with any civilization that has not achieved a commensurate level of technological and societal development as described in Appendix 1. So, no identification of self-ambition, no interference with the social, cultural, technological development, no reference to space, other worlds, or advanced civilizations. Well, that's apparently already going on. The exception to this is if said society has already been exposed to the concepts listed herein. However, in that instance, Section 2 applies. That if said species has achieved the commensurate level of technological and has been exposed to the concepts listed in Section 1, no Starfleet crew person will engage with said society or species without first gathering extensive information on the specific traditions, laws, and culture of that species. Then they will obey the following. If engaged with diplomatic relations, will stay within the confines of the culture's restrictions.
So we're not engaged in diplomatic
not yet, no.
negotiations, so we're only gathering info. That's all we can do.
We need... Well, we've just found out about the culture. Now we need to find out about the laws and the traditions of this, the species. Then.
Yeah, which I think we could probably gain from the library.
Just laws and traditions, yeah.
Yep, again.
That'd be something a library would have.
That must be something a library would have that you don't have to break into anything for, so you don't yet need to unleash the Tavish.
I just thought of another distraction we can use if we do need one.
Go on.
We're going to have someone challenge protesters to a dance-off.
Let's see how much they really want those dance traditions back, is it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is dancing taboo?
No, dancing is not taboo. It's just viewed currently as one of those old traditions that did more harm than good.
Oh, okay. So I thought we were going into the film Footloose then.
Dancing back.
There's yet time left in this episode if that's the way we're really gonna go.
That just made me think of Master Shake. Dancing is forbidden. There we go.
There you go.
Yes, Kevin Bacon is God. We get it. That's who you need for this mission, Kevin Bacon.
Can we get a Kevin Bacon?
If Guardians of the Galaxy's Christmas special taught us anything. Can you get Kevin Bacon? Well, you can get a hologram of him. I may be giving too many ideas away here. Let me shut up before we get too far into this. Okay, laws. Before all of this, I mean, the kind of thing you expect to see from way back in their past history. You know, fiefdoms and religious institutions had the power of law. Then eventually society started changing so that they tried to be a kind of a publicly accessible law thing, but again it was down to who had money and who didn't. So some people could escape the law by having more money and more influence than other people. Again, I may be drawing too close parallels to our present day situation here, but due to the large-scale adoption of a good many Federation principles, those laws have started to get narrowed down to pretty much Federation level ones of inclusion.
They don't have like mini empires developing or mini subcultures developing around Klingon. So like one continent is Federation, one continent is Klingon. They're pretty homogenous.
It's not as ordered as that by any stretch of the imagination. It's mostly people's choice if they identify more with the Klingon or the Vulcan or the Bajoran spiritualistic ideals. They tend to gravitate in that direction. Like happens here.
It's why keeping up with the Cardassians isn't really that popular.
Given that, according to the logs they're getting, the Cardassians are a military dictatorship? Yeah. It's pretty much a been there, done that kind of mentality here, but...
I am so happy I did not try to go for a drink, because I would have been spitting out the Dr. Pepper.
And if I've learned anything from computer science, is that spraying Dr. Pepper over a keyboard is usually a bad thing. See, 4 years of university taught me that.
Why has nobody told me this before?
I know, right? Never once in any lecture did I get told this.
I'm a chief engineer, everyone.
And by the way, Mark,
that's
that is
amazing.
a brilliant poster. Keeping up with the
It's a
Cardassians.
T-shirt you can buy.
It's a T-shirt. Oh my god, that's awesome.
I'm gonna have to get that T-shirt.
Dear me, dear me. Alright, so you've got an idea of their history, you've got an idea of how they were before and after the discovery was made. They seem typically humanoid society in most regards. The only difference is a couple of the names and practices have changed here and there, like most things. So, yeah.
Laws and traditions. Have we looked into that?
Yeah. So there's nothing wild, there's no evidence of, except maybe in the distant past when they were a little more primitively minded, the idea of sacrifices and whatnot. Again, typical primitive humanoid brain development.
So, best plan now is to find out where they are technology-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which will mean hacking. Because you're not going to have...
Access to the latest tech? Yeah, you make a good point there. Okay.
Also, what research is happening.
Yeah.
Let's see if some government institutions been researching warp tech.
What do other people think?
I think that's fair. So that also informs us whether we should what's it called? Have a watcher on the planet, like.
Watcher on the planet, that's actually a good point. Yeah, what is the next step here? Alright, how are you going to go about getting an idea as to their current level of research technology?
And break into one of the silence wings.
Oh yeah.
They won't be dissuaded. Breaking and entering has to happen at some point this episode. Okay. If that's what folks are going for, I mean...
Yeah. Has Tavish had her prosthetics fitted?
He's determined, folks.
Yes.
That was the most saddest yes ever.
Fantastic. What prosthetics does Tavish have on?
And how good were they applied?
Exactly.
Oh, it was Dr. Sott, so they're going to be perfect.
Yeah. This time she's gone for. Nihil's managed to get her back to looking like Tavish again, though she is in quite a bit of pain.
Yeah.
But she's gone for like different changes to her face. She's gone for a different hair colour as well. So I don't know. She's gone with white hair.
Okay.
She's asked to change her iris colour as well. You know, put some contact lenses in there.
Contact lenses? This is 24th century tech, dear boy. I'm sure Dr. Sott could do better than contact lenses.
I don't know.
He might be able to, he may just not want to.
And then, I don't know. Yeah, her face looks very different. Hair looks very different. She's put the ears on. You know,
Forehead ridges.
Yeah, and the head ridges and everything. Yeah, she looks. Doesn't really look like Tavish.
Unrecognisable.
Yeah. She's also decided that she's going to cut her hair. So, instead of having like a ponytail, which she's had, she now has a little bit of a bob.
Okay. Is Dr. Sott okay with all of those prosthetics, or is he going to add a little flash and flare of his own?
Yeah, by all means. I'm a doctor, not a barber, but everything else.
I would say, yeah, hairdresser Sott.
All right.
Is there a hairdresser on the combs?
There's a Bolian hairdresser on, the Enterprise. Distant cousin.
No relation. Well, that's up to you guys. If you think there needs to be a barber on ship. I mean, there is an entire civilian deck to your ship.
Yeah.
No, I like the
Let them
idea
be
of Sott
Klingon.
being a barber surgeon.
No.
Okay. So then, you guys are going to perform some kind of infiltration into what? The library computer complex?
Yep. With
Are-
Can I ask why Socks came down?
I was going to bring Sott down just in case you wanted to do a roll off of Sott's stats to see how well the prosthetic went, but we can always assume excellence from Dr. Sott.
I mean, it's up to Chris if he wants
Exactly.
to or not. I don't mind.
There's
I mean, if I
also
can get a free pass without having to roll, then
Okay.
Keep Legion of Honor or something.
I was
Legion
curious.
of Honor for when I inevitably mess up the haircut.
Okay.
Somebody distracts him whilst he's shaving off the side. Oh shit!
What do you do that to Socks?
It's all good, Tavish. Everything's fine.
I'm giving you a style like mine.
I don't want
yeah.
to be bold.
Bald is all the rage, Look at Picard. Quickly leaves the room. Anyway, let's not forget that. I was about to say Denevans. That's not true. It's not Denobulans either. What's the name of Ilea from Star Trek: The Motion Picture? She is part of a species that have to turn off their
Delton?
pheromones. Sorry?
Like Delton or something in him?
Delton, thank you. Deltons are all bald, and yet they are one of the most desirable species out there.
like Phlesc.
Tavish is also going to have like normal clothes made for her.
Right.
Instead of a Starfleet uniform, so she doesn't stand out.
Gotcha. Going all out on this, try not to be spotted, Lark. Gotcha.
Do they have sunglasses?
Yes, they have sunglasses.
All right. Tavish is also wearing sunglasses.
While indoors?
Yes, because that's what they
Okay.
show on those really, really, really old movies from the 21st century.
That's what you do when you want to go undercover, is yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, she's watched a few of those really, really, really old movies from the 21st century, and that's what they do.
Apparently so. Foolproof.
Yeah.
Foolproof disguise. Okay then. Let's remove Dr. Sott.
She teleporting down somewhere where she's not going to be seen, and the group is waiting for her.
One would hope.
God, I'm in charge again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, did nobody tell you?
Hi everybody, how is everybody doing?
I'm just imagining for some reason now, Hopkins and Phlesc are now up on the bridge, knowing that they've set Tavish back down when she didn't want to go, and they both got like a tankard, and they chink them together. You know, cheers, she's off the ship again.
No, I could just see them laughing at her pain.
And that too, yes. Do either Phlesc or Hopkins deny this charge?
I don't respond.
Okay.
I can neither confirm or
I
deny.
agree with Phlesc. I do not need to make a comment because we know the truth.
They are.
They are laughing on the inside, I'm sure. Okay. So you're down on the planet. The protesters are still determined to have their voices heard. Security are waiting for them outside to try and stop them from getting in. This Alj Bermrod fellow is off to one side, trying to show off the actors and actresses of his latest shows or movies telling. As for Kuda Kellam, she's nowhere to be seen, which probably means that she is likely elsewhere inside the complex. So, what's the plan here, guys?
Sneak in.
Cool.
What were one of the many distractions that Connie suggested?
The dance
And
off.
so,
The safer ones.
I am not doing.
is that not safe?
I am not doing.
Did you just scream cannonball?
Well, she did now. In my head, she has. Who is engaging in the distraction of the dance-off?
Tavish.
No, Tavish is not. I am not. It's one of you. Pick.
Question
Okay.
for the dance off: which cultural studies for a focus come into
Yes.
play? Okay.
What attributes? Would we need presence and fitness? And what would the other one be? Command? Would that make someone win a dance off? Can we roll for it?
I will go with that.
So who has the best one and can get away unscathed from a...
I have no
dance-off?
fitness and very little command.
Shawani has 7 fitness and 1 command.
Oh. Zora has 8 fitness and 2 command. But she also has cultural studies.
Tavish has 7 fitness and 4 command.
Is Dai'Neth winning this with 10 and 2? 10 fitness, 2 command?
Yeah, because she's
Yes.
one above. She's one above Tavish.
Everybody. The
Hey.
Klingon
Hey,
is
Dai'Neth.
gonna do a dance-off. Okay.
Hey, Dai'Neth. Seeing as I'm in command, yeah,
Oh,
and you being my second in command of this away team, yeah, I choose you.
My God.
Also, you owe me for speaking speaking with Starfleet for getting you a job here.
Is it a stretch to say that fighting is just more aggressive dancing, and Dai'Neth could use the focus of hand-to-hand combat?
Oh, it's a
But
stretch,
what
all
is
right.
the combat?
Now, if I could use presence and security for an answer, that'd be great.
No, security has very little to do with this. The actual people sneaking in will be using security.
Can we make
Oh, then I need to be
value?
secret because I got
Yes, you
security
do.
4.
What was that, Connie?
Can we make Dai'Neth use the value of battles and everything? Actually, no, that's too OP.
But it can be glorious, is what I was going to say. I want to use a focus, and a dance can be glorious.
If she can
But
win
do
the
we-
dance off,
Don't we need Dai'Neth for security, though?
do you?
Fine. What's
No,
more
no, no,
dangerous,
no.
sneaking in
This dance
or,
is...
you know?
It's under my control. This dance is going to be glorious. She's going to use her determination, but it can be glorious. He doesn't specify anything. It's just, battle is everything, but it can be glorious.
So
This
you
is
want
a-
to know the
a-
sad part?
What's the sad
You
part?
really don't need Dai'Neth. Because if it's presence and security for anything, or even control and security, Jolla is actually better.
There
You
you go.
might need
We
Jolla
can-
to get you inside in the doing the actual infiltration. So yeah.
So I'm doing a roll, performing a task, fitness and command. Sadly, no focus, but using the determination, but it can be glorious.
Wow. All right then. So, fully brought up to speed on what the protocol is for a dance-off in Shawani culture, which of course the primers are fully up to, since it is part of Shawani culture before all the Federation infiltration of their culture took root. Yes, they are more than up for such a challenge, and people start gathering round to see this, and to everybody's surprise, Dai'Neth is remarkably good at dancing. So much so that I almost picture it like a breakdancing competition, where each one does a couple of their moves and then just offers the floor to their opponent to see if they can outdo it, and they keep on escalating in what they can do to try and outdo the others, and it's now drawing a huge crowd, and Dai'Neth eventually wins because she does something that I am going to ask one or all of you to come up with the most stupendous dance maneuver finish that these people have ever seen. Bearing in mind, it's also from a Klingon.
Well, fitness 10, she's doing a backflip. Into splits.
No.
Dave
No,
has a better one.
moonwalk.
About
Moonwalk.
Payless rising from Valhalla. I don't know.
What is the Klingon afterlife again? It's
Oh no, not
Sto-Vo-Kor?
Valhalla. Sto-Vo-Kor.
Yep, Sto-Vo-Kor.
Kailash rises from Sto-Vo-Kor. Well, there you go. Which on Earth happens to be Michael Jackson's up on the tippy toes. Grab the crotch maneuver, maybe with a backflip. I don't know. You guys come up with that. Whatever you want from that. But yes. Dai'Neth sees that her opponent is steadily escalating the moves, and she goes, right then, I haven't done this since I was a little girl, but I won that dance competition in the Klingon Academy, damn it, and I'm going to do it again with this. Because dance is now war.
The ensigns, and this is why I'm chief engineer. I can spot talent.
This does mean that Dai'Neth will not be taking part in the actual infiltration because she is busy outside distracting the crowd. And yes, to everybody's surprise, she distracts the crowd something wicked. So seeing as we have Tavish on this team, I'm now going to pass control of Shawani over to Mark.
Okay.
So you guys are going to slip in whilst all of the security and the folks are otherwise distracted. So we're probably going to go with Jolla Aroxa. Because she has espionage and infiltration. So she is literally trained for this job, so you guys should really follow her. Somebody, of course, can assist. This is going to be... it is going to be control and security, actually, because being stealthy does mean you have to have control of how much noise you make and whatnot. So yes, control and security because you're trying to bypass security and get through to protected areas.
12 in control and 1 in security. A total of 13.
How are the others looking? 9 and 2 for Eversion. 10 and 2 for Uro. 10 and 1 for Girani. So, I don't know. Make your choice. Who do you think's best to assist? You do have a full momentum pool, so you could add a number of people on. To,
is that Girani and Uro assisting? Use some momentum?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I could also buy another dice. I do have 10 in control and 4 in security.
So yes, you are definitely the best to lead.
Yeah, we're better off spending momentum buying dice. So yeah, do that.
All right then. So it's pretty much up to Ensign Aroxa to lead the way, and everyone else just follows in her footsteps. So, yep, you got a full momentum pool. Do what? Do it.
So how many dice should I buy? Should I just max out the dice pool?
Or
do you want to do that?
You might need it.
Buy 2 dice. Rolling 4 is pretty good.
So that'll cost you 3 momentum to buy 2 dice.
Okay, that's all I have.
All right then. Boom!
I think we're good.
I think you are indeed good. Let me just have a look.
All I'm seeing now is, you know, the cartoons where they've got really long legs and going behind a pillar.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, doing the little tippy toe thing and running across, you know, the tippy toe run.
Oh, the Scooby-Doo moment where they're all tiptoeing between the pillars.
Yep. Indeedy do. That'll do nicely. Okay. The convention center is still pretty packed. Moving around people and trying not to get noticed is at one point easy, and another point there's so many eyes that just takes one person to look in you guys' direction that it could rumble the whole thing. But you do it. Manage to slip away. So using the front door, as it were, there appear to be secure elevators at the rear of the hall that might get you to where you need to go. Exactly. Thank you for that Daffy Duck gif there. So, you've made it to the near vicinity of those of that secure elevator, but there are 2 guards who are staying on station outside of it. So how would you like to deal with those guards?
I do have this option, just in case.
There's absolutely no way around the guards to sneak past them.
If you want to go via the elevator, yeah, they are standing either side of its access point. It looks like it's got a key card as well, access. So obviously very important elevator.
Can we tell them that? Look, there's a dance-off going on outside and it's getting violent.
Ooh, is there a fire alarm nearby?
We don't know. I was going to say we don't know the kind of security, but
There looks like there's a fire alarm nearby.
No, that sounds like a good idea to me.
who are we?
Unless-
Bart Simpson here.
Yes.
And also, if Tavish sets fire to everything, no one's going to be in the building. On the off chance that that may happen.
I'd like to point out I haven't set fire. Tavish has not set fire to absolutely anything.
She's been very good this month.
Exactly.
No, she's just
Exactly.
blown shit up in the past.
Yeah,
is a
in the
type
very
of fire.
distant past, and she doesn't like doing that. The last time you wanted her to blow stuff up, yeah, the whole away party were like, "No, you have to do it, Tavish."
Yeah, but those people aren't here, so they've already heard this. This away team
Stories,
has only
so
heard
yes.
stories.
The memes have done their duty and have circulated assumptions about how these things actually work. So, yes. In either case, you still have, well, you have this elevator with the two guards, or you can try looking for a different way in. Or anything
I
else.
like the idea of either fire alarm or nerve pinch. But nerve pinch is very temporary.
I hasten to
Alright.
point out that you have one crew member who can do a nerve pinch and one crew member here who is a medical professional and therefore has access to sedatives.
He does have a hyperspray. Maybe that's it then. Like, knock them both out. As well as soon as we take the elevator, they don't have to know. They just realize, oh, we both got knocked out for no reason at all.
We
the
spontaneously
fire alarms-
lost consciousness at the same time.
Yes.
And if the fire alarm's going off, it might have been the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
But if the fire alarms went off and there wasn't any smoke, which
But
means
they were passed out for a long time, maybe, and it's already been fixed.
I hasten to point out security cameras, or cameras at the very least in the convention centre.
Oh, that's no issue. We've got a Tavish to cameras.
Yeah, we have a Tavish to scrub those.
Okay, so what is the actual plan then, guys? What do you want to do? Final word.
Pinchy pinchy?
Pinchy
And
pinchy?
spray.
What was that, Connie? Sorry?
And hypospray, I think. Two in
Pinchy
one.
and hyperspray. Okay. In that case, I am going to need... Now, the nerve pinch is done in a very specific way, isn't it? Nope, not that. I'm looking for... this. Diddler, 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 you may use science or medicine instead of security when doing the nerve pinch, which means you can still use security for it. Okay. May increase damage by your science and medicine discipline instead of security.
Sadly, her security is still one better than her science.
So it will be using control and security. Okay, but Uro, if he's doing the sedative, will need to use control and medicine in order to make a strike with, which is a good point. I haven't given that to him on his character weapons here, so let's put that in there. Anesthetic hyperspray.
This would be hand to hand, right?
Essentially, yes. In some ways, no. It's more hand to neck rather than hand to hand, but the same principle applies, I suppose. So, if I can get control and security from Jolla Aroxa and control and medicine from Nurse Uro individually, so we see how you both do against your respective security guards. So, Chris, if you're about,
Yep.
give us a control and medicine roll with Nurse Uro as he tries to use a hyper spray to knock out a guard.
Am I assisting, sorry, or...?
No, you're doing your own thing. Your own action scene.
Boom.
2 successes. Well, Uro does it. As for Jolla...
I could use a determination to reroll, right? Right.
Yes, I think you might need to. That's much better. Yeah, 2 successes now. Using which value?
Security is more than just a job.
Yeah, I was going to suggest, so that makes sense. It's a calling. Nerve pinch. Brings to mind that scene from Spaceballs. What the hell are you doing? The Vulcan neck pinch? No, stupid. You got it much too high. It's down here where the shoulder meets the neck. Oh, like this? Yeah! Down he goes. Spaceballs 2 apparently coming out sometime soon. In any case, you have taken care of 2 guards. Where are you going to stash them?
Are we going to take them down in the elevator with us?
Down? It looks like it goes up, dear boy. All the way to the top.
Oh, and then up in the elevator with us and then put them in a locker somewhere upstairs.
Okay. Take him with you on the stairs. So, you just better pray nobody's actually looking through the camera that's pointed right at the stairs at this moment in time.
Tavish, scrub those cameras.
Well,
Am I supposed to scrub somebody who's looking at a camera?
Damn it, I didn't ask for excuses. I asked for results.
I didn't want excuses, I wanted results.
Hold on. Zaroni, why are you telling me to do stuff? Alright.
Okay, luckily for you, it seems the security guards are watching the feed from outside of the dance-off.
Dai'Neth to the rescue again.
Yeah.
Zaroni, be worried.
Does Tavish do the I'm watching you hand motion?
Yeah. I will, if you keep on telling me what to do, I will give you the same treatment as Cadet.
Why do I feel like Tavish is that one person from Monster Inc. that tells, I forget his name, that she's always watching him?
Yes.
Oh,
Mike Wazowski.
Oh no, it's the person. I'm always watching you, Mike Wazowski.
Oh, Roz.
That's the one.
Right.
Yeah.
Roz, thank you. Yes. Okay.
Sorry, my Roz impression wasn't
Very
good.
few people can do a good Roz impersonation except the voice actor themselves, so. But there we go. Okay. You get off on one of the top floors. Reduce the busy hubbub. As you now find yourself in a long corridor with doors, apparently cubicles off to one side. According to the signage, the main computer access should be somewhere around here. You just got to keep following the corridor down.
Hey, we still have our tricorders with us, right?
Sure.
Scan for electronic activity.
Okay, as soon as you get that far, go no further than halfway down. Scan for electronic activity. Yep, sure. You don't even need to roll that because that'll be fairly easy for someone at a technological level as yourselves. You definitely detect a good amount of heat and electronic output going on in a very large room on this level, somewhere close by. So it would make sense that that would probably be the main server room, or at least the main control room of said server, because it turns out that the library computer's computer stack actually takes up the majority of the height of this building. So it's a pretty humongous computer, which, considering the level of technology these guys are currently at, makes sense, but shows how much they've put into this. Jolla Aroxa, as you get further down the hall, I'm almost picturing Kirk rolling from doorway to doorway here. You hear something, and two creatures emerge from side nooks and appear ahead of you. They are quadrupedal creatures that seem to be a bizarre mix of some kind of large canid and a mole. They're not growling. They do have very long teeth and spectacularly powerful looking foreclaws, but they're just looking at you for the moment. What you also notice about them is that their coats are very glossy sheen, but as they stand there you notice that this glossy oily sheen of theirs on their coats drips off, and it seems to have this like gooey gel-like substance is just dripping off of them in occasional plops. But at the moment they're just they're just disregarding you. Your telepathic sense is registering curiosity.
I wish you said that part out loud.
Can I pet that dog?
Well, quite. So what do you want to do?
Shall we try petting the dog, see if they're friendly?
Sure, you can go right ahead.
Yes.
Before or after a scan of them?
Up to you.
What are doing?
Science says scan everything.
How about we do a scan first, Shawani, instead of walking off?
Oh. He's a good dog.
You're going to move everybody. So deselect everything. Deselect first and then move. Deselect, then select Tavish, then move.
Zora will have her phaser out and on this setting just in case.
Have we got phasers and stuff?
We should.
Yeah, type 1 phaser.
Oh, they are small, aren't they?
And I'm pretty sure having a phaser in the crowd we just were in wouldn't have been that odd.
Nope. Indeed not. If Eversion wants to scan them, he can scan them.
Scan.
But that's going to be control and medicine for a life form.
Control.
Your puppy. 2 successes.
You know what?
Okay.
Zora won't have her phaser. No, she'll just be ready to punch the dogs if turn.
So, yeah, according to Eversion's scan, they have a canid type of bone construction to them, and the same long snout and powerful jaws. are built like canids, but they have very, very wide, powerful forepaws and long claws on them. So it suggests that they are also some kind of... they use them for digging. So they are this strange combination terrestrial creature that seems just as built for wandering around on the ground as they have got the capability of probably burrowing. But what Eversion's scan also notices is that in the scruff of their neck, between their shoulders, each of these animals has a small chip implanted that appears to be emitting a tiny radio pulse, which, according to what your tricorder is reading, decoding it, this one is called. Ooh, let's think. Give me a stupid name for a guard dog.
Fluffy.
Fluffy. Okay, and another one.
Tickles.
Tickles. Okay. Fluffy and Tickles. Both were apparently registered according to some kind of security training program. So they were brought up and trained as guard dogs of some sort, apparently. Of even more interest is this weird gelatinous compound they appear to be secreting through their fur. At the moment, it appears to be something that maybe it keeps their... It probably has an evolutionary function of keeping dirt from entering their fur so that they can more easily burrow subterranean, so they're like lubricated almost. But what Eversion notices is that when it comes free of the coat and plops onto the floor, it forms a hard substance, a very sticky substance, very, very quickly. So that also suggests, in terms of evolution, that's possibly a way they use of reinforcing their tunnels so the tunnels don't collapse behind them.
So petting, not a good idea.
Yeah, you might get your hand stuck to them, or at the very least your hand covered in sticky gel. But yeah, for guard dogs, they seem quite placid. Both Bajorans are getting the sense of, huh, you're not right, coming from both of these guard dogs. So these animals are kind of confused as to what they should be doing, because they've apparently been trained to look out for intruders, but in all likelihood those intruders are Shawani. You're not Shawani, you don't smell like Shawani, and so the animals are kind of confused as to what to make of you.
Do I have anything resembling a ball or something I could try and play fetch with?
I don't know. Do you have anything resembling a ball that you could play fetch with? Do you think?
Tavish.
Engineer
pass me one of your
Shirani.
tools. Oh yeah, like a screwdriver. Fetch.
Hey,
You touch my
Commander,
screwdriver again, Zerani.
we
I
might-
am going to give you night duties for the rest of the month.
Oh, but the puppies.
Don't you have the hyper? Don't you have your hyper spanner? Can we use that?
Tavish does, and apparently Tavish isn't giving it away. What does Shirani have that she can actually throw?
The comms badge. Maybe
the
not
engineering, something from her engineering toolkit.
Bad. Yeah, something light, and just
What's the
shouts the
toolkit
word
have?
fetch.
Multi-purpose tool.
I-
Okay. Fetch. Can I get you to roll... What can I get you to roll? Presence and command.
Okay.
Can Jorah
Just
try to
as an
help?
overall aura as to what you're giving off.
Could Jorah help by throwing her tricorder
Okay.
as well?
All I'm imagining is like these animals don't even know what they're doing, and what we're throwing just hits them in the head.
Oh no, I don't want to hurt them. Oh, we've not done well.
0 successes. Yeah, so you kind of throw these things and they land somewhere near the guard dogs, who just look at them, give them a sniff, and then look back at you with an expression of, well, what am I supposed to do with this?
Just kind of an excited face like, come on, come on.
Dogs are still looking like they're that side to side, kind of analysing, not sure.
Well,
Johnny's
Shawani,
gonna
you
get
should see what
closer.
happens if you try to pass them.
And she does.
Yep, the dogs give you. They come right up close. They give a good old sniff.
Oh, he's a good puppy.
You actually petting him?
I don't think she could resist.
Well, yeah, your hand is essentially going to be covered with sticky snot.
Oh, wipe it on the floor.
It doesn't come off easily. You find yourself attached to the floor for a moment there. And the dogs are just watching this, like,
It's okay, they're friendly. Johnny walks off.
If sticky. If somewhat
Yeah,
sticky.
Zora would pick up
of course.
the tricorder again, and then just continue.
What about the screwdriver or spanner that was thrown?
I think she tried to pick it up and it's stuck to her hand at the moment.
Yeah, that'll make sense. Yep, the dogs, the guard dogs, they know so little of how to react to you that they just sat there waiting for you to do something, and all you did was throw something at them, and they didn't seem to know what to do with that, so now they're just watching you. Just walk past.
Eversion wants to collect a sample.
Okay. It gives
Oh,
Eversion a very hefty sniff as to, that kind of, what are you doing? But
Oh, there's a good splodge on the floor where I wipe my hand. You can scoop that up.
shunk,
How quickly does it harden?
pretty quickly.
I'm gonna go straight to the source.
Schlunk. Yep, so just scooping a bit off, it starts to become very sticky in a very short space of time.
Can we wash our hands if
I think it would be mandatory, yes. So eventually, we find our way past the guard dogs, and we come across an area with, at the end of this corridor, that you can't pass beyond unless you overcome a security lock. So it's gonna
Tavish,
be
you're up.
reason in engineering or reason in security.
I mean, I'm sure I can help. For a reason, the security's not bad either.
Yep, anybody who wants to help can help.
Using the focus hacking.
Absolutely.
And I do have infiltration. Would that come into effect?
That'll do. Choose which one of you wants to be the leader of this task and who wants to aid. Meanwhile, what's Nurse Uro doing back there with the guard dogs?
That is a fantastic question. Let me just extract myself from that particular
Okay.
situation.
For some reason there, I thought he'd succeeded in getting them to sit. Roll over. Show belly. Show belly.
What is Tavish's reason in engineering again? I forget.
This is
11 and
reason in engineering or reason in security, yes. So 11
Yeah,
and 5.
Tavish can lead. And Jorah would just be a lovely assistant. Dear Lord. I have a decent chance of succeeding, and I'm just rolling high.
The dice gods have spoken, but luckily, this thing is still primitive enough that you can get through it. You do make a momentary slip before catching it. It is a fairly primitive emulation of Starfleet security technologies, but as a result, you do manage to actually overcome the lock. And so, you get through to the mainframe. So let's find that in a second. Do 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 do. It's stuck at 98% loading for me, so give me a moment.
I'm just happy I haven't had a reason to use mean right hook or artist yet.
Indeed. So, Tavish at front, Aroxa near the front too, as you guys come across server, a main control room that seems to overlook the top of the server stacks. So, here you are. There's the door, the entrance to the office. What would you like to do?
Scan everything.
If you want to scan everything, then scan everything in whichever way you want to do. It's a new map, so remember you've currently got selected every single character you control. Eversion's going straight in. Okay, as soon as Eversion goes in, somebody's already in there. And dramatically turns around on the chair she was sat in, with her fingers steepled. Yes, I know who you are. As soon as I heard the rumours of Starfleet officers appearing, I began scanning orbital space. I detected your vessel just before it raised its orbit and shielded itself from our radar. I also knew that if Starfleet came here, it would be to probably enforce the Prime Directive and remove any contaminating knowledge, so I had a feeling this would be your ultimate destination. May I
That
ask
wasn't our
what it is
plan.
you're looking to do?
Honestly, find out the state of your technology.
Interesting. To what end?
Assess how close you are to warp capability.
Yeah. That is right.
I see. And once you judge us to be of a certain level, then what?
Diplomatic.
You going to engage in diplomacy with us?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Oh, I expected something entirely different.
What?
Well, you'll have to forgive me for making this assumption, but my first thought would be that you would try to stop us.
From what, exactly?
From using any more of the data that's been coming through.
And how do you know we haven't?
Well, she turns around and taps a couple of buttons on the screen behind her. I'm not reading any infiltration of our mainframes of our library computer's system, so either you are have a lot more superior technology than even I deemed from reading and accessing your logs, or somebody here is even more of a genius at such things than I am.
Oh, thank you.
Aha. I see. Well, she turns around and starts bringing up a number of data files on the various different screens in the room, and you can see various loadouts depicting blueprints and suggested hypotheses on 0-point energy, on clean but powerful fuel alternatives, space program, hologram technology even. Some of which might be barking up the wrong tree, but at least they are proposing such.
Tavish just goes, would you mind me having a look?
She takes a step back.
Thank you. Tavish will walk over to the thingy. Does it have a USB port?
Not that's compatible with your neural interface. No.
Okay, alright.
If you want
I'm gonna have to do this
equivalent-
manually.
Yeah, sorry to keep talking over you there, but if you want an equivalent, this is like late 20th century Earth level technology, but it is showing signs of, very, very rapid development.
Okay. Tavish, clicks the fingers and just starts tapping on the screen. Very, very
Okay.
fast. And
So-
looking...
What are you trying to do?
Like,
You're looking for...
just skimming where their technology is at a specific level.
Like I said,
Probably-
it's looking like it's starting to get more advanced than their current level of industrial technology from about 10 years ago would have suggested. So they've made very rapid advances in technology, at the very least on the theoretical level.
Okay.
So the next couple of years, if they keep up this trend, is probably going to see them start making very early dalliances into maybe matter, antimatter, maybe even basic space travel within the next decade or so.
From the information they have right now. They have from Starfleet, yeah?
Yes, but these are all adaptations of Starfleet technology principles trying to be adapted to using the resources they have currently.
Okay. Tavish just turns and goes. Alright. First of all, let me say I am impressed. To have the brains to be able to figure this all out and take this data.
Well, thank you. I mean, let's be
Yes.
clear, it's not just me. Once we started disseminating this data, your data, throughout most of our planet's scientific community, that's when we all started working collectively, seeing that this kind of thing was possible. Your civilization now stands as essentially the goal for us to reach. Technologically, sociologically.
Which is a very admirable thing. To have your research into all of this, into better technologies and stuff, are the information you have got from ourselves still used, or
I should
have
think so.
you be... Okay. Well, as you seem to know our Prime Directive and stuff, I believe that it is probably better if I get rid of some of the data.
Which data?
And well, first of all, anything which is we would deem as classified.
Well, what if some of that classified data is integral to our being able to advance some of our technology?
Well, seeing as you have a grasp of it already,
You want to see if
at
we
least
can go further with just the grasp?
yes. I do not believe we have already interfered without knowing. We have already interfered. Yes, I understand that your argument will probably be that, you know, we already have all of this information. What,
So
you know,
you
what's
want
the
to try
harm?
and limit the damage?
Yes. You need to be able to, as a people, you need to be able to do this. And honestly, as you're a scientist, an engineer, yes,
Correct.
I am an engineer myself. As an engineer, making something and to the completion, making something brand new and something which will help your people is a far better achievement when you have done it without the help of a species technologically more advanced than yours.
Can we ask her about the security puppies? I suppose I can agree that we have gotten this far using your technology as a stepping stone.
Yes.
To go further would be to build on what we already know.
Yes. And I believe you can do it. Having a look at the data at the moment, honestly, it looks very promising.
Alright. Anything that you deem dangerous, like knowledge of weapons and that kind of thing, I'm fine with you removing evidence of. But at least leave us the data we've already used to build ourselves to this point. Our computer networks, our ability to create more efficient technology so it doesn't take up so much space. Our attempts at archaeology and such. Leave us those things, and maybe leave us the exploits of the various crews? I mean...
I can't see, with the last one, I can't see there being too much of a problem, seeing as...
thank goodness.
I mean,
do enjoy watching his exploits, if you know what I mean. Back in those days when everybody was rugged and just trying to see a new frontier.
Oh no! I know what you mean.
I mean that Dr. McCoy. Woo!
What are you talking about?
Oh, you were talking about somebody else? Nothing?
Well, Scotty.
Oh yeah, and of course he's great too. Yes, absolutely, Scotty.
Wait. One thing, this outfit. Surely there's like some kind of GDPR in the future, right? Where the crews who have their personal logs leaked did not consent to this.
That's a very good point. Yeah, you did bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but we do enjoy... I mean... Okay, the diaries and the personal logs and that kind of thing might not be as entertaining as the actual official logs that show the adventures that people got up to. I suppose there'd be no harm in seeing people's private, personal information, you know, not publicly accessible.
Yes, I think that is well done. Well done. And she nods over to Eversion. Doesn't want to say Eversion's name.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, no, I can agree to that. People in your federation are due their privacy. It's that makes sense.
I will go through the logs.
It will take you an absolute age to go through all the logs. What you'd probably be better off is just writing an algorithm to look for personal logs and stuff like that. Anything that matches like classified data and whatnot, and let it run and just systematically delete stuff.
Okay.
Once again, nudges. Puppies? Security puppy? Don't forget to ask about the puppy.
Oh. I'm sorry. Quick question. What was it? Kuda? Yes? Dr. Kuda?
Dr. Kellum. Kuda's my first name.
Ah, Dr. Kellum. The security animals, puppies, things. What are
Puppies? You mean the wolf
Yeah.
moles?
they? Yes.
How did you get past those, by the way? They're pretty ferocious beasts. Mind you, they're trained to they're trained to shake and flick their sticky gel over intruders so that they apprehend them. They're not actually trained to savage anybody or anything like that.
Okay.
I suppose they can
they're
be
just
seen
sat
as
there a lot
quite
of
cute.
tasks.
One of my crew would like one.
Excuse me?
No, I just wanted to learn more about them. They were very adorable.
Oh, well, there you go. All right.
No, Commander's not wrong. If the captain was here, she definitely.
But the captain doesn't know, and we don't need to take one.
No, we don't need. We don't need to take one. Would you mind giving her more information?
Of course. And she just taps a couple of interface buttons here and brings up a list of information on the taxonomy of a Shawani wolf mole.
Oh, hey.
But she is looking at Jirani at like, is she like soft in the head or something?
Look at his little nose.
I am so sorry about her. I am. Oh.
No, people have their own interests. Although how
Okay.
someone
A few
could
too
think
many
those things are
hyperspan.
cute.
Okay.
A few too many
Alright.
hyperspanners to the back of the head.
Maybe.
A few, from what I hear, everyone in engineering has concussions.
All right. The more you're talking about hyperspanners and concussions and stuff, you're gonna give away exactly who I am.
Yeah, you can see actually Kellum, as soon as you mentioned the captain would want one, she's now doing that eye movement people do when they're trying to recall details. She might be trying to figure out who your captain is. You can see her mouth is moving as if she's going through quotes.
How about we all shut up and we don't say another word, okay, about anything personal?
You can hear her go, it's not Cisco. I doubt it'd be Kirk. Definitely not
Right.
Picard. Who else could it be?
Hey, do you want to? Hey, Doctor,
Yes,
do
sorry.
you want to? Would you like to watch me at work?
Sure?
All right. Tavish goes onto the screen and starts building this algorithm to get rid of any personal logs, classified data, pretty much everything they've agreed to.
Yep,
Getting
okay.
rid of.
And if she happens to cock a cocky wink over her shoulder to say, yeah, I'm this good, she then notices that Dr. Kellum, her eyes are moving very fast. She's tracking every command you're inputting at the speed you're inputting them, and you can see she's taking it all in.
She stops halfway through.
Oh!
Actually,
no,
I think
don't stop. Keep going.
Actually, I think you should really turn around. You are really good.
Oh, okay.
I have never known anybody to keep up with me.
She turns around, and those who are actually looking at Dr. Kellum, even though Tavish has now got a kind of suspicious look on her face of have I met somebody as smart as me? And she's just going through the motions of typing in the commands and occasionally looking back, and Dr. Kellam's just there staring off into space. And you can almost see her brain ticking over as she's there tapping her lip and just like drawing symbols in the air with her finger.
So anybody can tell Tavish?
Is anybody going to tell Tavish? Because Tavish might look like...
Nope.
The impression I'm getting, she might be seething that she's met somebody smarter or smarter than her.
Oh, heck no. Zora doesn't
Anyway.
want to have a spanner to the back of the head.
Tavish just keeps on finishing off, and then finishes with the algorithm. Okay, that's done. All right.
So it'll take some time for the algorithm to complete a search and delete, because like I said, even though this is terribly advanced for where they should be in their societal technological development, they have made strides towards being more advanced than they should be, but at the same time this is still not 24th century level tech. Therefore this whole search and destroy algorithm you've created will only execute as fast as the main computer has memory to do so. So it will be going through it, you know, but you know, that kind of speed. So, you know,
Tavish.
Dr. Kellam just sighs and goes, well, it's the best compromise, I suppose.
It is.
So now what?
And
I just pretend I didn't meet you?
kind of, yeah. I'm gonna scrub also the cameras as well, or if you would like to do that, so we're not showing up at all.
Oh, that is a shame. But,
Yes.
alright, I suppose I can understand.
Look, it's honestly, with how things are going, you know, from what I've looked at, the next, you've got this. And if, honestly, seeing the fact that you are probably as good as me, I have no doubt we will be sitting across the table from each other at some point soon.
Well, here's to hoping. I
Yeah.
dreamed that maybe the Shawani would make contact with the Federation in my lifetime. There's still that hope, I suppose.
Yeah.
God, this is going to be infuriating keeping this to myself.
Yeah. Also keep this to yourself. When you do contact the Federation and stuff, but you, me and you go for dinner.
She cocks an eyebrow at this. Indeed.
Yeah.
I will
That
think
sounds-
about it.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Seeing as you don't have a clue who I am, I think that would be pretty difficult, but don't worry, I'll find out.
I'll remember the white hair and the short bob.
I should probably tell
Zora
you.
just
Mike,
burst out laughing.
I usually don't have a short bob and white hair. I
Oh.
usually have a ponytail, and it being a auburn colour.
I'm sure that's nice either way.
Okay, alright, anyway. It was very nice to meet you. And
Oh. Can I
What?
make one last request?
what?
Can I see you beam out?
Hold on. she turns around, and very lightly taps her comm badge. Captain, this is Tavish.
Oh,
Hopkins?
finally, what took you so long? We haven't seen an explosion, so you must be doing good.
I am. Yeah, I am doing good. Okay. Hold on, I just said Tavish. Oh fuck.
God damn it!
And you were worried about the others ruin it for you.
Anyway, Captain, we've sorted out the data. Dr. Keller already knew we were coming and was waiting here. Was waiting here. I've got rid of all the data which is classified, anything which is personal, and I have an algorithm working in there.
Good. I don't need them to see my orders of blood wine.
No. So I will. We can't do anything more. I will give a full report when I'm back on the ship. But she kind of wants to see us beam out. And seeing as she pretty much knows, you know, all about us and knows who we are, can we give her this little thing before we completely break contact?
Can we trust that she's going to not speak of this?
Well, she says she's not going to speak about us being here, so...
She pinky promised. And that's something...
Hold on. She didn't. Hold on. You have to pinky promise.
Oh, we're on trouble.
She turns around to Dr. Go, you have to pinky promise me that you're not going to tell anybody about what you're about to see or what you have seen.
Pinky promise.
All anyone and probably over the open comms hears Hopkins say is, "You and your damn Earth traditions of the stupid pinky promise."
You can see Callum is now searching her memory, trying to find reference for pinky promise. Pinky promise. I don't recall ever seeing anybody in the logs do a pinky promise.
Look, just are you promising me you will not do you will try to forget this, you will not say anything to anybody else?
How can I ever forget this? But no, I won't tell anybody. You've already removed the evidence.
And alright, hold on. She checks if there's any cameras in here.
The cameras all seem to have been switched off.
Cool. Alright, fantastic. Alright, hold on. Somebody needs to go and get our person from outside, or at least let them know.
Yes, so essentially, somebody signals Dai'Neth, tells her to get to a concealed corner, or alleyway.
Alright, everybody. Doctor, it's been
and you
a
can see
pleasure.
Callum's there going, please say it, please say it, please say it, please say it.
Doctor, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Just say it, just say it, just say it, just say it.
She taps a comm badge and just goes, 6 to beam up.
She cries, and then she goes, wait, 6? Just as you start beaming up. And eventually you make your way back to you're back on the ship. So, yes, you have now left the Shawani planet, and you have put in place a computer algorithm to erase personal logs and security footage and classified datum that they should not get their hands on, which will be running for probably a number of hours, if not a day or so, before it's fully complete. But you're as confident can be about that, because we all know Tavish's computer skills. Well, how does the crew feel about those shenanigans?
Oh, good. How do you spell the culture again? for the people.
Say that again, sorry.
How do you say or spell Shawani again? Because I'm typing up the captain's report.
Sorry, I'm moving people.
I cannot remember how to.
How do you spell
specialty.
Shawani?
Yes.
So, I am assuming that we are essentially closing shop with the away team now aboard, removal of sensitive data taken care of, and a Prime Directive whoopsie-daisy has at least been dealt with for now. You've elected not to remove all of the evidence, however, since it seems that the majority of the consensus seems to be, well, the damage is already done, and they seem to be doing better because of it. So it's best to leave them alone. So, yes, at least they won't have those line dancing requirements now.
You ever send me on an away mission as the commander again, Captain? Yeah, and I am going to hide your blood wine, so it will take you a very, very, very long time to find it.
Then I will hide your hyperspatter in the.
I've already hid many hyperspanners on this ship.
There's always a ready supply. It's always
Exactly.
I will hide every single hyperspatter. I will have your engineering crew bring me hyperspatter so I can hide
Whilst
them.
this argument is going on, the helm officer turns around to the first officer and goes, "Are we getting out of here or what?" Whilst the captain and the chief engineer are trying to one-up each other over who's going to do what to whom, your chief helm officer is looking to the first officer, the XO, to what to do next. We getting out of here, or are we going to wait until the captain and the chief engineer finish their spat?
Let's get out of here.
Understood, sir.
Tavish
Plotting a
goes
course
over
for the
to
Federation.
Tavish goes over to the captain's chair, opens up the side panel, and shows a hype spanner. See? Didn't know this was here, did you? She puts it back.
Why did you hide a hyperspatter here? That was a secret stash of booze.
Not anymore.
Canteen's worth of booze.
Got rid of that.
I hasten to also point out the potential ramifications of hiding all of the blood wine on this ship when you've got an entire contingent of Klingon crew.
Well, they're going to have to become less dependent on it.
No, they're like the Gem Hadar.
No,
they're like the Gem Hadar. She doles it out.
Keeps control of the crew that way.
Oh no, she has to still go to the. For the most part, she'll probably have to go to the Klingon deck to get the blood wine.
Everybody's selected.
I keep on doing this.
All right. Well, unless there's anything else you want to add to bookend this episode. Captain's report. One member of the Shawani knows about the fact that the comms crew has fixed the error of one comms array sending them Starfleet reports. Yes.
Can we also decorate Dai'Neth for dancing with his thick moves?
Oh, well, indeed. I was going to bring that up, so thank you for doing it for me. Yes. Special recognition has to go to Officer Dai'Neth for her, as was stated, sick dance moves. How does Dai'Neth take that, do we think? It was a battle I had to win?
She just smirks, basking in everyone's admiration.
Cool. I like it. In that case, yes, the Combs A manages to make it out of the planet system and warps back for the Federation, leaving a potential future, well, a future ally, a future civilization based entirely on Federation principles behind them. Well, how they'll turn out with in a couple of decades' time remains to be seen. But until then, yes, that pretty much draws us to an end of this very special Lower Decks episode. So without anything further to properly add, this is where our episode comes to an early conclusion. So thanks to those who checked in and gave us a watch. We hope you enjoyed it. I hope my crew enjoyed it too. For those who came across us on YouTube, we hope you enjoyed us enough to consider tapping the like button. It might, potentially result in the algorithm showing another one of our videos in your feed next time. Who knows? But in either case, we thank you all very much for sticking with us, and we ask you to do like the Shawani do, which apparently is take the best of Federation values and apply them to the situation as best suits them. But also, yeah, don't discriminate on people because they don't have a unibrow or because they don't want to do your line dancing, because that's just silly. But do like the Vulcans do and live long and prosper and engage in infinite diversity and infinite combinations. Take care of each other, treat each other with kindness and respect in this mad world, and we will see you the next time we see you, more than likely in 2 weeks' time, so that next week we carry on with Carry On Crown Sundays, doing Pathfinder 2. But until the next time we see you in 2 weeks with the Combs crew, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hailing frequencies now closed.